Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make some cutesy bee nails. All you're going to need is a yellow and a nude when it comes to gel polishes, because otherwise we've got quite a lot going on. There's a lot of stamping, a lot of charmy stuff going on. I'm going to do all sorts of different things going on today basically, so definitely stay tuned, and obviously that's probably why the video is so long today. We've got some stamping, we've got a gold and a yellow, both from Born Pretty. We do also have a black and white, you cannot go wrong with those two, and it's also Born Pretty. New ones that I've purchased actually. Then you want your stamping plate. I'm going to be using the Botanical Collection plate number 20 here. To do the whole bee look and everything like that. So I'm going in with the background sheet first, and you want 3 nails fully in that gorgeous yellow. Then you want 2 nails that are going to be fully nude, popped into the lamp for a cure. And remember, off camera I always do another coat, so I never include that on the actual video, but I always do another coat off camera, and then we can basically get right into the fun stuff, which is the nail art of the video, which is always my favorite part. And there is a lot going on today, like there's a lot of steps, a lot of different things that went through my mind when I was doing everything, so I'll walk you all through it. One of those nails is going to be sugared, so I picked up a yellow glitter, a fine glitter, and I'm sprinkling it on top of the wet layer. If you didn't have a yellow glitter, an alternative would be sprinkle on some white cleary kind of glitter into the wet layer of the gel polish, because then it will kind of tint it a little bit yellow, that kind of stuff. But I had some yellow glitter, so I definitely used it. Yellow isn't my most picked up colour on the channel, so whenever I get to use it, I try to use as much like bits and bobs that I don't often get to use. Now that everything is at the lamp, we are doing a French tip on one of those nude nails. So I'm just outlining my smile line, colouring the tip, and off that goes into the lamp for a cure. Once that's out, obviously remember another coat will be going on, but off camera on the nail, especially the yellow is kind of a bit sheer and a bit patchy, so it definitely needs another coat. Then on to the next nude nail. I was searching high and low for all sorts of different bee ideas and inspirations, and you know what, there is a very large amount of that on Pinterest, on anywhere basically I looked. There was so many options, so many different ideas that was sparking in my head when I was looking at everything. So for this one, I'm going in with the drip look. So it's 3 dots, one in the middle. You want the one to be the longest, then you want 2 shorter ones, and then you just kind of want to drag out a line to the top and then connect the sides of the circle that you created, the dot, to connect to that line. And then you want to do these curved, I don't really know how to explain this, but kind of connect the 2 droplets, well, each droplet next to each other, and colour it in and kind of make it look like a proper droplet. I'm not the best at describing this one, but I'm hoping the video is quite self-explanatory, and I did it quite slow and everything, so you can follow what I'm doing there. And again, I will do another, I believe, coat of this. However, if you didn't want to, you probably don't have to, because we will be placing some hex glitters on this one later, so that will go over the yellow. So if you're, the gel polish is a bit patchy or anything, you will kind of cover up anyway, so it's not really that necessary. Now, time for the big old stamping job. I have fast-tracked that footage because it always just takes so long, especially when you're colouring in and doing the reverse stamp look and everything like that. Like, it just takes a while. So there's a bee on that plate, and there's a couple, but I went in with this one, and then using the gold, I'm colouring it in. Now, if you've got this exact gold, I don't know if I've just got a bad batch or something, but it takes forever to dry, and I'm wondering if it's because maybe it's just the formula of this metallic look, possibly, but I don't know. I don't have another one to compare it to, so unsure on that one. But sometimes I forget and I go ahead to stamp and I just didn't leave it long enough. It feels like it's long enough, but it wasn't. So going to stamp there. There we go. There's our first bee, and it's at the bottom of the drip nail. Now on to the next image. There's this drip look. If you wanted to avoid the drip and just do it by hand, you absolutely could. It's just that I wanted it metallically gold just to tie in with the rest of the look that I'm going for. So I really wanted to use that specific colour and everything. So I'm stamping it down, and I'm going to kind of clean it up around that smile line, which I've already done, and it's chilling. Now there's these gorgeous flowers that I'm going to pick up with some black and then colouring with the it's a yellow, but it's kind of like a bit more of like a mustardy yellow, kind of autumny looking yellow. It's not a very vibrant one, but that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't really want the exact same yellow. You kind of want a bit of variety and a bit of different, you know, shade variations, especially if you're sticking very primarily with yellows. So I'm letting that one dry, and always in the meantime I'm always wiping my plates. I use acetone to wipe my plates, and I use lint-free wipes to wipe the plates down too. I get my wipes from Shein, like they're the best thing ever. They last me so long. It comes in this massive pack, very affordable, and they last me forever, and I'm so happy every time I get them. And I usually get like 10 packs and it lasts me forever. There we go. There's a flower that went wrong because I just didn't leave it for long enough. Or my massively bad trait is that I also place way too much gel polish, no, stamping polish down, and you know, you can imagine a massive blob, and then I go down to squish it. It's just going to go all over and just ruin the image. So if I could recommend anything, I'd always recommend to go a bit more thinner, which is what I'm trying to do there now, because I just obviously messed up the flowers. Again, we're back on to waiting for it to dry and be okay. Then we're going to go ahead and stamp that one in a moment. Once that one is stamped, I think we're going to go on to some wording, which we're going to outline with some whites, but we'll see in a second, because sometimes I like to go wild with my stamping and not follow the process, just go where my heart is pulling me pretty much. But what am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. Yeah, we are. So there's some wording on there. There's be you and be kind, and I quite like the be kind one. So I've picked that one up, and then we're going to do a whole outline with some white all around it. So this is where you can get so creative. Like stamping plates give you the creativity as it is. They give you nail art design, for example, ideas. Like this one is just a bee set because you know, it was a bee plate, and it just gives you the ideas and everything, and you know, the images just come with it, and it's just, you know, all you got to do basically is just assemble it. But even with just assembling, like, you can still elevate the stamping so much more, creating outlines, coloring it in, doing all sorts of different techniques in addition to just the regular stamping, and it really makes such a difference, like such a difference. So right now I'm waiting again for it to dry. My gel polishes, not just mine, all gel polishes leave a tacky layer. So if you're watching this video for the stamping part but you use regular polish, you're gonna have to look into something to make it sticky. I'm not in that world of regular polish. I don't know what you need, but I know that just for a bit of research when I was first starting off with stamping, the gel polishes leave a tacky layer, so I don't have to worry too much about, you know, it drying too much on my stamper or anything like that, because there's always that tacky layer that's gonna help me transfer that image. So that's really nice with gel polishes. Now onto more of a full cover nail look. There's these beautiful bees with crowns, or I guess that's a crown. And I'm going to colour in the crowns with some white, and then the bees with some of that gold again. I think, is it gold? Oh, it is gold. And I only show you guys me doing this first part because it's just a repeat, because the image is too short. I'm going to have to stamp that down and re-pick it up and re-stamp it just to continue the image on the nail. So I just show you the first part just because there is so much stamping going on today. So I only show you the one, and I do the other one off camera real quick, especially with having to wait for it to dry and everything. It just had to go off camera. But you want to colour it in. It's very therapeutic, I have to admit. I love doing it. I don't know, I love doing it, but when it comes to the actual recording of stamping, sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain, because I'm trying to wait for everything to dry, and I just want to like get on with it kind of thing. But here we're going to go and stamp it in just a second. There we go. Down that goes. Okay, so then we're just going to have to repeat that up below and get a full cover. So that's already done in the background. Now, this plate has this beautiful honeycomb kind of pattern. So I wanted to pick that up with the gold and stamp it on the yellow nails. So you can't really tell that it's there too much, which was at first when I was doing this set a bit disappointing, and I wasn't too sure what to do. And I tried all sorts of different colours and different variations. Nothing quite worked like this one, and it still just wasn't what I was going for exactly, but we made it work. Then you want to pick up a bee, and I'm going to colour the bee in with some, I think it's some yellow. Yes, just some yellow. And then you want to stamp it on top of that honeycomb. And you notice the honeycomb hasn't covered the full nail, and that's absolutely fine because we don't need it to. We're going to corner it off with some flower charms later, and that will be good to go. But before we do that, got to stamp that last bee. It's the very last fragment of the stamping today. Everything else will be done by hand with other bits and bobs and techniques as well. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that any minute. I'm still waiting for it to dry. I don't know, also maybe it's because they are quite old stamping polishes now. Like yellow is just not my kind of picked up polish, so I'm wondering if maybe that's also why it takes a bit longer to dry or anything like that. Not sure, but the actual use of the product, like it works so good still. It's just more I have to remember wait a little bit longer. But here it is, there we go. Okay, now we're going to do some glittering. So I've got this glitter hex mix, and I'm going to place it only on the one nail. And I'm going to place some base coat down, and I'm going to place the hex only on the drip. So this took a little while. I would probably advise you just tip out the glitter. Not all of it, just a little bit on like a palette or something, just so you can kind of, you know, pick up what you need and place it where you need it, because otherwise I was dabbing my brush into the whole pot and picking up all sorts that I didn't need. So I really recommend that you do that, and then just continue it and keep playing with it. Take your time and adjust it. Remember, as you're placing more and more, the others are going to be moving, so it's a bit more of like a catching up game, readjusting game until you're happy. Literally as soon as you're happy, chuck that into the lamp as soon as possible. You don't want it moving at all once you've got it where you want it. And then that will be that one. So at this stage we are matte top coating. Everything else is going to be either charms or some extra little details that we're going to make glossy, which we will get into in a second. I think once we're out, we're going to do some black lines. So I am going to use some Madame Glam nail art gel in the shade black. It's such a lovely gel polish. Like for nail art, the black and the white is such a go-to, and such a, for me, it's become just such a core staple in my nail collection. Like I can't live without it at all. So I'm going to very gently, very tiny little lines, strokes. I'm going to create the bee pattern as if it was, you know, kind of flying. So this is where you can get really creative and just pop it where you want it. It all kind of depends how large of a nail bed you've got and how much, you know, surface you've got to play about with. But I did a large one a moment ago, and now I'm doing a smaller one here too, just to show you you can do little ones, big ones, you know. Whatever surface you've got, you've basically got it. So I'm going to do a tiny one here too. It's so cute, I love it, and I love how it's kind of shiny on top of the mat. This is great. Now that's done, that's all we're doing. Now this is the moment that's going to make it even more nice and shinier. Using some glossy top coat now, we're going to go over whatever you want really to kind of highlight and enhance it a little bit more. So we're going over the bee part, we're going over the drip, the gold drip here. We're going to also go over, I think, just the two singular bees that we've got going on, the drip right now, and then we're also going to go over the drip where we've got the glitter, because in a moment when I hold it, you'll notice that it's quite like dimmed and it's just not doing what I needed it to do, so it needed it definitely. So this is the other bee that I was talking about, and in a moment we'll get to it. Once that's done, we've got two nails that are going to have some charming looks. I feel like it was probably needed. There's nothing too crazy, not my usual madness. Oh, there we go, here's the nail. Look how the glossy top coat just suddenly brightens up all that glitter and everything, like it's perfect. Don't get me wrong, I do like a glitter that's matte, but not one of those kind of glitters. Like I like the holographic glitters matte because it still creates a really cool look, but these ones, the matte just completely like kills it off. There's, yeah, you know, you just can't. It doesn't look great, basically. So here are the charmy parts. Just a couple of white flowers. You want some cava beads in there, and then we're also going to pop some cava beads on the side. So we're starting off with the French tip nail. Down go the two flowers, and then the 3 cava beads going up towards like the top of the nail. And that's that. That will go into Stand for a Cure. I will just straighten it up where I need to, and that off that goes. Then this is the last nail. We're going to do almost like a, I don't know, like a frame, like a border around, and kind of make it a bit more curved, as if it's like a bit more of like a half circle look a little bit. And I'm placing 3 flowers at the top, 1 large and then 1 smaller, and then only 1 at the bottom, and then again finish it off with the cava beads on the sides, curving it around. And then off camera I did actually pop some more cava beads in the center of the flowers because I actually forgot it was supposed to be there, and I finished filming and I was like, oh my goodness, I need the centers of the flowers because otherwise they look completely well, they just need it. So, yeah, that's going to go into Stand for a Cure, the final, absolute final cure at this stage. Nothing else is going to happen. I'm going to pop it onto my stand to show you guys the final results. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below, what you think about it. Is it a time for bees, or are we way past bee nails? Who knows? But I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.